right, Nick, let's talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers. They are now officially down in Latrobe. Training camp is underway. Everybody's getting excited to see who's going to be the breakout. We had a couple of interesting stories through minicamp OTAs, but there's one guy in particular, one maybe legacy Steelers player that we have been wondering about. Are they going to be good? Are they going to be an impact player for this team? And I think we have this story today that is going to give you that definitive answer.
Yeah, my Pittsburgh fans should be really excited by this development because we all know who this guy is. We've talked about him a lot all offseason. He's making great strides in training camp. A lot of momentum going forward as we get ready for the 2023 season. And that's why we want you, Steelers fans, in the comment section below, give us your prediction for Pittsburgh's record for the 2023 campaign. Right now, we're going to hold you to it. So give us your gut feeling, the Pittsburgh Steelers' final record in the comment section below. All right, Mice, what you got? What's the latest out of Pittsburgh, or Latrobe, I should say?
Yeah, Nick. So we talk about Steelers. We're talking about the cornerback position. We've heard a lot of really interesting stories lately. We hear about Patrick Peterson and his potential new position, moving around things. We hear about Corey Trice breaking out for this team. And everyone's been wondering, what about Joey Porter Jr.? Is this guy legit? Is he the real deal? Was this just a homer pick for the Steelers because he was a ball boy for them back in the day? But that is not the case. I think we have the story today. I think Steelers fans are going to love this one. So let's get right on into it. This is over from Steelers Nation. And it says, Pittsburgh Steelers football is back. On Thursday, the team returned to Latrobe for training camp. Just over a month ago, rookie 7th round cornerback Corey Trice was the one that stole the show at OTAs and minicamp. The Purdue product made several eye-opening plays in the early summer portions, which have everyone thinking he is a lock for the 53-man roster. That other rookie corner, though, well, he is lighting it up day one of training camp. That would be Joey Porter Jr., who has made several big plays in Thursday's practice. Porter was one of the very first players to come out to the practice field on Thursday. He was also one of the last rookies to sign his deal, as the two sides didn't agree until Tuesday, just a day before the team reported to Latrobe. With that out of the way now, he can focus on becoming a starter for the Steelers this upcoming season. Nick, now I'm excited about this news. I was thinking Joey Porter Jr. was going to be a big impact player for this team. He was phenomenal in college. He came out, he just seemed like a natural Steeler, just a guy that was really impressing everybody. And they kind of got him at a steal because he fell out of the first round to them very, very early in the second round. This guy definitely was a first-round talent, and they got him. I think it's going to be big for them. But what do you think about Joey Porter Jr. already having a good start to training camp? What does this mean for the Steelers as a whole?
Yeah, it means a lot. So when we did our AFC North prediction video about a week or so ago, we talked about the Steelers having the highest upside of any team in this division, right? They got a lot of young talent. If everything goes the right way, they could potentially be the best team in the AFC North and win that division and go on to a deep playoff run. But there's a lot of question marks, right? We talk about, can Pickens take the next step? Can Kenny Pickett take the next step? Can Calvin Austin come off the injury and be a good player? So on and so forth on the offensive side of the ball. But the other question mark would be, can some of these young defensive backs elevate their game when their number is called and become a player they need to be? Because look, this AFC North and the entire AFC is stacked with receiver talent, whether it's the Bengals, the Browns, the Ravens, you look into other divisions, the Chargers, the Chiefs, the Buffalo Bills, the Miami Dolphins, you name it. If you want to contend in the AFC, you got to have an army of corners. And one of the big question marks was the corner position for the Pittsburgh Steelers, obviously with the two rookies in Trice and Joey Porter Jr. I think it's a great sign that Joey Porter Jr. is off to such a strong start. This is a guy who's going to have to be a day one starter for the football team. There is no option. It's not like he's a guy who's like, well, if he's not ready, we'll sit him for a game or two. No, he has to be a big-time contributor early on. It's going to be a baptism by fire. And I think the fact that he's off to a strong start in training camp will give not just himself confidence, it will give his teammates confidence and his coaches confidence. Because one of the things that people forget, if you have a corner that's really, really shaky, teams will adjust their coverages. They'll give him a lot more safety help. If that happens for Pittsburgh, a guy like Minkah Fitzpatrick, instead of being a playmaker, has to provide some help and some coverages and things like that. Joey Porter Jr. starting off strong will allow the defense to do what it likes to do anyway, builds confidence in the entire team as they get ready for the regular season. I think it's a great sign for Pittsburgh going forward, because if they can clear up this one question mark, I think the defense is solid, and then all eyes turn to the offense.
Yeah, Nick, and you talk about confidence with his teammates and things like that. That's super important because this cornerback room could be all brand new guys to the Steelers. You look at Patrick Peterson, you look at Porter Jr. Potentially, we talked about Corey Trice maybe working his way into that starting lineup as well, at least a lock for the 53-man roster. These are all guys, two rookies and a guy that was not on the Steelers last year. There's a lot of new faces around here, and we want to get back to the way the Steelers played football. We all remember that momentous trade of Fitzpatrick to the Steelers, how he came out and really just transformed this defense. They were really lacking a lot on the back end. Fitzpatrick came in from the Dolphins, turned this thing around, and they're keeping that momentum going, but they need to build at the cornerback position. Like you said, we talked about this all the time. Probably the most important thing in the NFL right now is having the corners to combat the wide receivers of all of these high-powered offenses. So I think it's really great that Porter Jr. is coming in and he can inspire confidence in his teammates and get this defense, like you said, rolling in the right direction.